Got it.
Hey, tired of getting burnt to a crisp while you're out on the water? Don't worry, Googan Squad has got you covered with our brand new performance apparel, long sleeves with built-in face masks that are aerated, and we have the sickest designs. We're using Squad Tech, super stretchy, comfortable technology. You're gonna love it on your skin, and you're gonna look fantastic. Go check it out for yourself, Googansquad.com. 3 key lures for pre-spawn bass fishing. Let's get into that on today's Googan Lab. My first choice, anywhere I go in the pre-spawn, is gonna be a spinner bait. A lot of folks like to use blade baits too. Those are good, but what I love about a spinner bait is you can fish it through anything. You can fish it in open water, but you can also fish it around cover. The way a spinner bait is set up with this wire going above the hook, that wire acts as a guard to go around cover. So you can fish stumps, you can fish it through grass, docks, all that stuff that fish like to set up on the pre-spawn, and you can just get it in anywhere. You don't have to worry about getting snags. And I don't know what it is about a spinner bait, but for decades, this thing has been catching big fish and still does. So never count out a spinner bait in the pre-spawn. Areas you're looking for in the pre-spawn, you're looking for secondary points, any sort of stopping area a bass is gonna stop at, feed at before they move into a spawning flat, maybe a shallow cove, maybe a calm area that they can spawn. So any sort of tree or grass line, secondary point that is setting up before you get into those areas is a perfect spot to start searching with a spinner bait and then these other baits. But I love to throw it around isolated cover. Like when you've got an individual stump, something like that, slow rolling that spinner bait right around that cover, making contact, bumping that's what gets those big bass to bite, is when you make contact with the cover. So on to the next one, which is the jerk bait. The suspending jerk bait, like this Scout, it's not just a wintertime bait. It's excellent through fall and winter. So great because it just suspends, it pauses, gives those colder bass a chance to come grab it, but it's excellent in the pre-spawn. So if you got clear water conditions, maybe you get a bad cold front, those fish are lethargic, they just don't really want to move, they're not wanting to chase a spinner bait or something moving a little quicker, this is an excellent bait to throw. And you can fish it the same way around the cover like a jerk bait. You just kind of have to watch with those treble hooks. But what I like to do is throw it out past the cover, I'll reel it down and then twitch it and stop it next to the cover. So if you got a nice sharp grass line, if you've got a good stump, a standing tree that you can throw this past, twitch, pause by that cover, give it 3 or 4 seconds, and then just keep doing that. It's an excellent way for a big, lazy, pre-spawn bass. It's full of eggs to get an easy meal. Now, when you just find yourself in so much cover, there's too many good-looking target objects, you're not getting bit on a moving bait, that's when I'm gonna pick up a Texas rig or a jig. So if you love getting a thump, feeling that thump, reeling down, setting the hook, and the cover's thick, you gotta pick up a Texas rig. I love to throw a jig too, but a Texas rig really comes through any type of cover, just the way it's designed. You know, I put a 4/0 hook on this Kraken craw, and I've got a 1/4 ounce weight, and I've got it pegged. This is all our terminal right here. This is just a round bend hook. You just put it in that plastic, and that thing will go through any type of cover you want to throw. So I rig it up with 20-pound line, and you know, I'm going with a go-to rod, and any type of object that just looks really good. Maybe I can't get my moving bait to come by, it's just too nasty. I'll pick up this Texas rig, and I'll just make little pitches to good looking piece of cover. And that fish that stops there is maybe feeding, or is maybe even trying to set up on a bed, something like that. Going ahead and start the bedding process. You just get that thump and then you pull them out of that cover. But the Texas rig is fantastic because you can also just make casts with it, reel it in. You know, you almost use it as a moving bait if you want to, and it just comes through anything. So when I see thick trees, holes in the grass, you know, a dock post that I really want to target, fish it more than just a couple casts with a moving bait, that's when I pick up the Texas rig and give it a dangle. And those are top 3 selections for pre-spawn bass fishing lures. There are others out there, but these are the bread and butter of the pre-spawn. So tie them on, give it a dangle. We'll see you on the next one.